Hi there, welcome back once again. In this tutorial we are starting our texturing with Photoshop. Open up the Photoshop and open our UV. First we are going to texture our roof. Unlock this layer, open the texture. This is a type of wooden mat. This texture is we are going to use in our roof model. Okay, drag it over here and scale it like this. Some more smaller, this one is enough, and rotate it into 90°. Copy it, T, and flip it horizontal. Okay, merge these layers together and copy it over here. Okay, then merge these all together and copy it to here and apply a layer mask on it and use a brush tool. With black color selected, wipe this edge like this. Okay, and merge it all together and drag it, copy it to here. Repeat the same procedure. Apply a layer mask with the brush tool, wipe it, copy this to here, flip it vertical. Repeat the same procedure. Apply a layer mask and use the brush tool, wipe it like this. Merge this all together and copy it over here. Apply layer mask and use the brush tool. And copy it to here. Merge this all together. Now we can check this pattern size is okay with our model. For that, hide this UV template and save it. Save it as a texture, roof texture. Save it as a Photoshop PSD. Save it. Okay. Now open up the 3ds Max and open the material editor. Choose one material. Apply a video material on it. And in the diffuse, apply our texture as a bitmap. This roof texture, open and collapse the layer and select the roof and apply the material on it. Show shaded material in viewport. This pattern is little bit larger. For that we can adjust it in Photoshop. Select the texture and scale it and copy it to here and apply a layer mask and choose the brush, wipe here, just have a look and merge these two layers together and save it. Look here, it is automatically changed. We can make it little bit more smaller. Scale it little bit like this. Okay, and copy it over here and apply a layer mask and choose the brush tool and wipe it. Just have a look. Okay, just merge these two layers together and save it. Open up the max, just have a look, make it little bit more smaller. Okay, save it and just have a look. Okay, this size is enough. And close this material editor and open up the Photoshop. Unhide the UV layer. Place this UV layer on the texture and make its blending mode as green. Now you can see both the UV template and the texture. Name this layer as roof texture. Okay, and reduce its opacity to something like this. Now we can cut the unwanted portion of this texture. For that, use the pen tool. Make selection like this. Okay, make it as a selection and invert the selection. Select the roof texture and delete. Okay, and we can also delete the portions from this window and the doors. Just do that. Now we can increase the opacity of this texture. Now we can make some color adjustment on this texture. For that, use a hue and saturation. Decrease the saturation little bit down and save it and open up the 3ds Max and just take a look. Back to Photoshop. Now we can make some shadows over the edges. For doing that, create a new layer, set its blending mode as overlay and use this brush tool with the color black with 50% of opacity. We can make some dark shadows over here. And also here. Just have a look. Hide this UV template and save it and open up the Max. You can see here little bit shadows are here. We applied and back to Photoshop. For this doll, increase the shadow size. Just have a look. Okay, For achieving the originality, we need to place some bamboo texture over here. For doing that, open up the bamboo texture. Okay, this texture we are going to use. Drag it to here, rotate it into 90°, scale it, this much is enough, and copy it here, and apply a layer mask on it with the brush tool. Wipe it a little bit here. Okay, and merge these two together and name it as bamboo. Okay, and copy it over here, and merge these two together and drag it over here, something like this, and drag it to here. Merge these two together and to here, and copy one and rotate it into 90°. This one over here, and this one over here, and place one over here, just save it and take a look. Back to the Photoshop and merge these all bamboo layer together and make it as bamboo texture. Okay, make some color adjustment on this bamboo texture, hue and saturation, and decrease the saturation little bit down, and the color, apply the clipping mask, and draw some shades for this bamboo texture. For that bamboo texture, create a new layer and place behind the bamboo texture and make its blending mode to overlay, and use the brush with the black color, draw some shadows like this, just have a look. Okay, open up the Photoshop and copy the bamboo texture. Okay, and place one here and one over here. And merge this with the bamboo texture and just save it and just have a look. Okay, and make some shadows behind these three bamboos. Use the brush tool. Save this and close it. We are almost completed with the roof texture. Now we can texture the upper roof and the sunshades. For doing that, open up the Photoshop and open the sunshade UV template and unlock it and copy the wooden mat texture to that UV. Place the UV template over the texture and make its blending mode to screen and reduce its opacity to like this. Okay, we can cut the texture. Delete it and increase its opacity and copy this to here and apply a layer mask and use the brush tool. Wipe it like this. Okay, and cut this remaining part. Now just copy this texture for all these models. Just merge this all together and hide this UV template and save it. Sunshade texture as a Photoshop PSD. Save it. Okay, just open up the 3ds Max, open up the material editor and choose one material and choose a V-Ray material. Okay, in diffuse apply our sunshade texture as a bitmap. Here is sunshade texture. Open. Okay, select the roof model and all these sunshades and apply. Just have a look. Now we need to make same shades on this. For doing that, open up the Photoshop and unhide this UV template and make a layer and set its blending mode to overlay, and with a brush choose the brush tool and reduce its size a little bit, something like this. Okay, repeat the same procedure here also. Okay, just have a look, hide this UV, save it and open up the max, and now we can place the same bamboo on this texture. So that open up the max and open up the bamboo texture and copy it over here, scale it a little bit like this, just save it and look on max. These two bamboo texture sizes are similar. Back to Photoshop, copy it over here and merge these two together. Just save it and have a look. Okay, back to Photoshop, just save it and take a look on max. Okay, back to Photoshop and merge these all layer together. Before doing the shades, we can adjust the color of this bamboo texture. For that, apply a hue and saturation and reduce its saturation a little bit. Okay, and start shading. For that, create a layer and place behind the bamboo texture and choose the brush tool, the color black, opacity of 50%, set its blending mode to overlay. save it and take a look. Here we forgot one thing. We need some more bamboos over here. For that, copy it once again and place it here. Scale it down. Merge this all together. Just have a look. We finished the almost texturing of this roof and the sunshades, and we need to apply some bumpiness and displacements map over here. That we will do later. I am wind upping this tutorial here. We will texture the remaining parts in the next tutorial. For more updates, follow me on Facebook and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.